Powell, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace, Brooklyn. Where y'all at, Brooklyn? Where Brooklyn at out there? I can't hear y'all, Brooklyn. Where y'all at? We supposed to go hard, right, Brooklyn? Where y'all at? Fort Greene up in here? Clint Hill up in here? Where Bed-Stuy at? Flatbush, East New York. I know the Villas up in here. Where Brownsville at, son? I know the Bricks Nook is here, no doubt. Chilltown, that's where I was born, son. Chilltown, I know we're here. I want to speak real quick, because I'm trying to go to 2 other barbecues. We're keeping it real today, right? Real talk. But a couple things that Davina was saying is real important, y'all. And you know what? What she was saying a second, I want all the young men to come up front for a second. All the young men and older men, no matter. If your father got your shorty, come up front for a second. Let's have real talk for a second, fellas. All I need is 2 minutes of your time. All the men, come up front. Come up front. Come on, y'all. We all family here. All the dudes come up front. All the dudes on the sidelines. Let's go on time. Bill Thompson's representative, come on side too. All the brothers, come on, y'all. My dudes on the side. My dudes on the side. Come over here for a second. All of y'all. You said you're going to work with me because I got a suit on. Let's do it, bro. Come on. He said, what I want. What'd you say? Nah, I just want to have a real conversation for a second with the fellas here. Any more fellas? Let's get some more fellas here. Fellas who got necks will sit on the fence. I just played basketball for 3 hours, so I know y'all can come over here. I just finished playing. Battery Park, because I go to Battery Park, because sometimes we get tired of fighting on the court in Brooklyn. Am I right, y'all? I just want to play basketball sometimes. I love Brooklyn, but let's play basketball and not beef on the court, right? But I want to have real talk for a second. First of all, let's give up one for the organizers of this event. Hold your hands and all the folks who put this together. Let's give them a round of applause. This is an amazing thing. It's peaceful, it's love, and they did it themselves. You know, mad love and respect, and I hope to see this every single year, because this is the kind of stuff that we need out here. Am I right? The reason why I ask y'all as men to come up for a second, and this is no disrespect to women, because I respect women as my equals. I'm clear who the leadership is in our community most of the time, y'all. I'm very clear about that. But the reason why I asked the fellas to step up for a second is because just last Sunday, I went to a wake in Crown Heights with 2 young men. One was 23 years old, one was 19 years old. Y'all hear me for a second. 23 years old, 19 years old. Now, some of y'all were not paying attention when Ms. Perez was speaking. She does tremendous work in our community around gun violence. What she was saying is so on point. When she picked up that blue pocketbook and that red pocketbook, y'all know what she's talking about. There was a time 20 years ago, y'all who are over 35 and 40 know what I'm talking about. You used to be on the East Coast, man, the gangs ain't never coming to New York, but guess what? They here, son. They here, they in Rikers, they in Dannemora, they in Clinton, they all over New York State, you know? And I'm not here to diss the gangs, because you know what? Anytime I see young people getting organized, I appreciate that. But what I'm saying to y'all, we got to get organized in a positive fashion, not in a negative. It's got to be about love and respect for each other, not to... Are y'all out there with me? I can't hear y'all, fellas. Y'all out there with me. So bust it. These 2 young men, 23 years old, 19 years old. The 23-year-old worked 2 jobs so he could save up money to buy a car. The first weekend he got the car, he and his homeboy at a block party just like this one. They're sitting in the car minding their business. These dudes ain't thugs. They're not gangsters. They just happen to represent and live where? Brooklyn. Brooklyn. The 23-year-old gets shot in the head, he's dead. The 19-year-old gets shot in the torso, he's dead. I'm at the wake, both of their mamas and their families are crying so hard. You know how it is. We want to climb into the coffin with them. And I'm looking at this, and I saw that there was a lot of brothers out there, a lot of black men at the, it's like y'all are here right now. And I'm saying to y'all, as brothers, as someone who comes from the hood, I'm not more special, more important than anybody else out here. I'm a product of a single mother-led household. I haven't seen my father. I haven't seen my father in 30 years. You want to talk about poverty? I can talk about poverty with you. You want to talk about surviving? I can talk about surviving with you. But at a certain point, brothers, we got to ask ourselves the questions. Do we want to live and do we want to win, or are we just trying to survive day to day here? Are y'all out there with me? Because we live in New York City. We know how to survive. Who don't know how to hustle in New York City or Newark, New Jersey or Jersey City? You know what I mean? But my man's T-shirt right there. He got Dr. King, Martin Luther King Jr. on there, and Barack Obama on there. I would add another brother on there. Y'all know who I'm talking about. His name is Malcolm X. Any of those black men, you want to know what to do as brothers, just look in your history. Look in your history. Who was more of a gangster than Malcolm X? Who was more of a thug than Malcolm X? Who did a 7-year bid like Malcolm X? But what happened when he went to prison? He didn't just die and rot in prison. When he got out of jail, did he go back like a lot of us do? Nah, son. He turned his life around. He turned his life around, brother, and that's why this block party is so important. Because, yeah, we should party and have a good time. But, brothers, we also got to read and take education seriously. Now, college ain't for everybody. But what I say to y'all, if you don't got a high school diploma, go back and get that high school diploma. If you don't have a trade around electricity or plumbing, learn something. The question I always ask, brothers, what do you want to do with your life? Where do you see yourself 5, 10 years from now? Because if you don't have a plan for yourself, guess what? Someone got a plan for you. It's called prison, and it's called all these guns that's making their way into our neighborhoods. And you know what happens when you pick up a gun. If you don't like yourself, and you don't like people who look like you, you'll have no problem shooting someone who looks like you, killing someone who looks like you. You out there with me, brothers? You feel me? So that's why this block party is mad important. And what I said to all the brothers who was at that wake last week, because there's about 100 of them, they belong to the, you know, we got bike crews in Brooklyn, am I right, y'all? We got SUV crews in Brooklyn, right? I said if you in a bike crew, or you in an SUV crew, or you belong to a summer league tournament, anything that you do in the community, someone is watching what you do. A younger brother is watching you. I don't care if you're a bus driver. I don't care if you're a street sweeper, like Dr. King said. Be the best at whatever you do, because there's some young man that's watching what y'all doing, and they gonna say, you know what? I'm either gonna be like that dude who's positive, I'm gonna be like that dude who's negative. Y'all out there with me? Brothers, y'all out there? I'm just saying. Sisters should not have to do all the work in our communities anymore. I'm serious about that. Right? In closing, here's what I said at the wake last week. You know what? I'm tired of people putting tattoos on their shoulder, left or right shoulder, when someone is dead. They say rest in peace. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of the murals on the walls. If you really want to honor all the fallen soldiers in our communities, y'all do what these brothers have done who put this block party together. You do something proactive for the community that's about life, not about death. Are y'all out there with me? Number 2, stop saying what I used to say when I was younger. Man, thank God I made it to 15. Thank God I made it to 18. I don't know if I'm going to make it to 21. I doubt I'm going to make it to 25. Maybe I'll make it to 30. Stop thinking negative. Say, you know what? I'm going to live for 100 years, man. Real talk, y'all. Real talk. 300, son. Like in the Bible, right, son? My man took it biblical. I'm going to do it 300 years. And then lastly, you know, I'm a hip-hop head for life. Where my hip-hop heads up out there? You know what I mean? My man mentioned MTV, but more importantly, I was a founding staff in Revive magazine back in the day. I knew Tupac very well, knew Biggie very well, been in the game a long time. What I'm saying to y'all, real talk, let's make a distinction between hip-hop culture and hip-hop the industry. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? The culture is about life. We know what the culture is. It's the DJ right over there. It's the MC. When you're on a microphone, you're an MC. When you're dancing, it's the dance element. That's 3. 4, graffiti writing. And then what's the 5th element of hip-hop according to Africa Bambaataa? Knowledge. Knowledge. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, you don't know the other 4. But the industry is all the madness that we see out there, where it's okay to call ourselves NIGGAs, it's okay to call our women BITCHs. That's the industry. The industry makes you think it's okay to spend all your money on all kinds of junk, and then you don't have no decent place to live. Y'all out there with me? We keeping it real here today, man. I got time to BS y'all, because it's hot in this suit, real talk. You know what I mean? The industry teaches you to hate yourself and hate people who look like you. The industry teaches you to get caught up in red bandanas and blue bandanas. The industry teaches you to think, okay, I'm African American, you West Indian, not realizing we're all African people, but I got beef with you because I'm from the South, you from Jamaica, I'm from Jamaica, you from Haiti, you Puerto Rican, I'm Dominican. We one people, y'all. One people, y'all. Put your hand up if you know we one people, y'all. One people. And so what I'm saying is fall in love with the culture, not the industry. Peace.